Our first guest tonight is the most powerful movie star in the world, including Best Picture. Please welcome the one, the only Tom Cruise.
Suri Cruise, the daughter of Hollywood's biggest enigma, has just turned Dix-Huit. And with that, she's breaking her silence on the rumors that have haunted her for years. But what she reveals isn't just the confirmation the world has been waiting for. There's something even more shocking that she's kept hidden. A truth that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll discover the secret that changes everything. Suri's connection with her father, Tom Cruise, has always been shrouded in mystery and whispered rumors. The stories range from tales of a broken bond to whispers of her being distanced from his controversial beliefs. These speculations have ignited countless tabloid headlines and fueled public curiosity for years. Now, as Suri steps into adulthood, the choices she makes and the words she shares are beginning to reveal the truth behind these long-standing questions. Born into the spotlight, Suri Cruise has been a subject of public fascination since her first breath. The daughter of Hollywood icons Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, Suri entered the world on April Dix-Huit, 2006 at St. John's Health Center in Santa Monica, California. The timing of her arrival was no coincidence. It marked the one-year anniversary of her parents' first date, a poignant milestone that seemed to set the stage for a childhood lived under the world's watchful gaze. As the sole child of Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, Suri has always been a focal point for media attention. In the mid-2000s, her parents were one of the most talked-about couples in Hollywood, often referred to by the portmanteau, Tomcat. Tom Cruise was at the zenith of his stardom, and Katie Holmes, well known for her role in Dawson's Creek, was a rising star in her own right. The world's obsession with this power couple naturally extended to their daughter, making Suri's birth an event of enormous public interest. An intriguing twist in Suri's story is that she shares her April Dix-Huit, 2006 birthday with another celebrity child, Greer Henshaw, the daughter of actress Brooke Shields and producer Chris Henshey, born at the same hospital. This shared birth date was not just a curious coincidence, but carried a deeper significance due to the history between Tom Cruise and Brooke Shields. Just 3 years before Suri's birth, Tom Cruise publicly criticized Brooke Shields for using antidepressants after the birth of her first child, Rowan. As a devout Scientologist, Cruise condemned psychiatric treatments, particularly for postpartum depression, which Shields had experienced. This led to a bitter public dispute, with Shields defending her choices and questioning Cruise's stance. The media eagerly covered this feud, making the coinciding birth dates of their children an ironic twist in their story. Yet, the shared birthday also signaled a reconciliation of sorts. Brooke Shields would later attend Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes' wedding that same year, signaling that time and perhaps the shared experience of parenthood had healed old wounds. The name Suri was chosen with great care by her parents. Tom Cruise, through a press release, explained that the name held unique multicultural meanings. In Persian, Suri means red rose, a symbol of beauty and love, while in Hebrew, it translates to princess, a title that reflects grace and nobility. The layered meanings of her name mirror the blend of cultural influences her parents wanted to honor, highlighting their desire to give her a name that was both meaningful and distinct. Suri Cruise isn't Tom Cruise's only child. She has 2 older half-siblings, Isabella Jane Cruise and Connor Anthony Cruise, whom Tom adopted with his second wife, actress Nicole Kidman. Isabella and Connor, born in the early 1990s, were raised primarily by Tom following his divorce from Kidman in 2000, and they became deeply involved in the Church of Scientology as they grew up. Suri, on the other hand, being Tom's biological daughter with his third wife, Katie Holmes, was raised outside the church, a distinction that has seemingly created distance between her and her half-siblings. The differences in religious upbringing and the aftermath of Tom's divorce from Katie have led to speculation that Suri's relationship with Isabella and Connor is minimal, a stark contrast to their close ties within the Scientology community. The marriage of Suri's parents, Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, was a grand affair, held on November Dix-Huit, 2006 in the opulent Odescalchi Castle in Bracciano, Italy, overlooking the serene Lake Bracciano near Rome. The ceremony, steeped in Scientology traditions, was a spectacle that captivated the world. drawing a star-studded guest list that included David and Victoria Beckham, Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony, Will and Jada, Pinkett Smith, and Brooke Shields. The fairy tale setting of the Quinzeth Century Castle, with its rich history and stunning views, provided a perfect backdrop for what was one of the most talked-about weddings of the decade. However, behind the grandeur, there was a practical side to the union. The couple had already been legally married in a civil ceremony in Los Angeles just a day before, ensuring their marriage was recognized under U.S. law. The Italian celebration, though lavish, was symbolic, fulfilling the religious and ceremonial aspects of their union. For Tom Cruise, the wedding being officiated according to Scientology practices was non-negotiable. His devotion to the church had been well known since the 1990s, influencing every facet of his life, including his marriage. For Katie Holmes, who was raised Catholic, this deep immersion into Scientology was a point of intrigue and concern for the public. Reports of her undergoing extensive Scientology training before their marriage only fueled speculation about the church's influence over their relationship and family life. As Suri has grown up, her mother, Katie Holmes, has made a concerted effort to shield her from the relentless media spotlight, while still allowing her to experience the world. Raised in the vibrant cultural milieu of New York City, Suri has been encouraged to explore her interests, particularly in the arts. Her love for Broadway and dance is well documented, with Holmes often accompanying her to shows and ensuring she receives the best opportunities to nurture her passions. Holmes has walked a fine line between protecting her daughter's privacy and allowing glimpses into their close-knit life. She rarely shares personal updates or photos on social media, and when she does, it's usually a nostalgic nod to the past or a celebration of special moments. This approach reflects Holmes's determination to give Suri as normal a life as possible, despite the extraordinary circumstances of her birth and upbringing. In interviews, Katie Holmes has consistently emphasized her dedication to Suri's well-being above all else. During a 2014 appearance on The Today Show, she spoke with heartfelt sincerity about her role as a mother, stating, "The most important thing for me is letting her know how proud I am, and that her accomplishments mean everything." Holmes's words revealed the depth of her commitment to raising Suri with love, support, and a sense of normalcy despite the constant media attention. Motherhood, for Holmes, has been a journey of growth and self-discovery. In a candid People cover story from November 2014, she reflected on how being a mother had transformed her life. "Motherhood means everything to me," she shared. "I'm learning every day, and I have been since the minute I became a mom." And her words conveyed the profound connection she feels with Suri, and the lessons she continues to learn as they navigate life together. Holmes has also spoken about how being a mother has shaped her character, teaching her patience and selflessness. She strives to set a positive example for Suri, modeling values like kindness, perseverance, and integrity in both small daily acts and larger life decisions. One of the greatest challenges Holmes has faced in raising Suri has been the constant scrutiny from the public eye. Yet, she has managed to create a stable, nurturing environment for her daughter, ensuring that Suri's childhood includes all the normal experiences, attending school, making friends, pursuing hobbies, without the pressures of fame overshadowing these formative years. The bond between Katie Holmes and Suri Cruise is one of deep affection and understanding. Holmes has frequently described the close relationship they share, evident in their frequent outings together around New York, their shared love of the arts, and the mother-daughter days out that are regularly captured by paparazzi lenses. Holmes' dedication to being a present and supportive mother is clear, and it's this devotion that has allowed her to protect Suri from the harmful aspects of life in the spotlight. Scientology controversy. Suri Cruise's childhood has been a subject of relentless public curiosity, largely due to her father, Tom Cruise's deep ties to the Church of Scientology, and the role it may have played in his tumultuous relationship with Suri's mother, Katie Holmes. The intense media scrutiny surrounding the family's connection to Scientology only fueled the growing speculation that this controversial religion was a driving force behind the couple's eventual divorce, raising concerns about how the church's influence could shape Suri's future. Tom Cruise's unwavering devotion to Scientology is no secret. As one of the church's most high-profile members, his life has been deeply intertwined with its teachings. When Cruise and Holmes married in 2006, it was widely assumed that Suri would be brought up within the church, following in her father's footsteps. But this assumption would soon be challenged by the complex dynamics of their relationship. Katie Holmes, however, came from a different background entirely. Raised Catholic, her beliefs starkly contrasted with the principles of Scientology. Initially, Holmes seemed open to exploring her husband's religion, but as the church's demands grew more intrusive, the strain on their marriage became impossible to ignore. The clash between Cruise's deep commitment to Scientology and Holmes's more traditional upbringing led to bitter disagreements over how Suri should be raised, with both parents pulling in opposite directions. On June 29th, 2012, Katie Holmes shocked the world by filing for divorce from Tom Cruise in New York, abruptly ending their 5.5-year marriage. The news of their split was as sudden as it was surprising, particularly given the seemingly united front they had presented to the public. Yet, behind closed doors, insiders suggested that Holmes's decision was driven by an escalating fear of Scientology's grip on Suri's life, a fear that had grown too large to contain. One of the most chilling rumors that circulated was that Holmes feared Suri would be subjected to intense indoctrination into Scientology as she grew older. Reports surfaced that Holmes believed Cruise and the church were planning for Suri to undergo rigorous religious training, possibly even separating her from her mother for extended periods. This included a particularly alarming rumor that Suri was to be taken on a Scientology-affiliated cruise ship, where she would be immersed in the church's teachings for 6 weeks, a proposal that Holmes vehemently opposed, and one that likely solidified her resolve to escape the marriage. Holmes was also reportedly concerned that Cruise and the church might attempt to control Suri's life to such an extent that she could be cut off from her mother entirely. These fears motivated Holmes to take decisive legal action, including filing for sole custody of Suri. Legal analysts noted that her decision to file in New York rather than California and her swift, unanticipated filing suggested a carefully orchestrated plan to protect herself and her daughter from the far-reaching influence of Scientology. The days leading up to the divorce were marked by what some insiders described as a covert operation by Holmes to break free from Cruise and the church. According to reports, Holmes meticulously planned her departure, relying on the support of close family, friends, and legal experts to ensure she could leave safely with Suri. Her decision to initiate the divorce while Cruise was away filming in Iceland was seen as a strategic move to avoid immediate confrontation and secure a legal advantage. Perhaps the most shocking element of this narrative is the suggestion that Holmes and Suri had to escape from Scientology. Reports surfaced that Holmes had been under surveillance by the church in the days leading up to her divorce filing, intensifying her already significant concerns. These fears were only amplified by accounts from former Scientologists, who spoke of intimidation and control tactics used by the church against those who tried to leave. Holmes's swift and secretive actions were widely interpreted as a desperate attempt to protect both herself and Suri from similar reprisals. In the aftermath of the divorce, Katie Holmes was granted primary custody of Suri, while Tom Cruise retained visitation rights. According to reports, Cruise agreed to pay Holmes $400 million annually in child support until Suri turned Dix-Whit. The speed with which the divorce settlement was finalized, just on days after Holmes filed, was almost unheard of in high-profile cases, and suggested that both parties were eager to avoid a drawn-out public battle. The agreement reportedly included a crucial stipulation that Suri would not be exposed to Scientology, a significant victory for Holmes in her fight to keep her daughter away from the church's influence. Following her split from Cruise, Katie Holmes distanced herself from Scientology and returned to her Catholic roots. She began attending St. Francis Xavier Church in New York City, a move that was widely seen as her reaffirming her own beliefs and values, as well as her determination to raise Suri in a faith that aligned with her own upbringing. Relationship with Tom Cruise. One of the most persistent questions following Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes's divorce has centered around the state of Tom's relationship with his daughter, Suri. Over the years, rumors have swirled that their once close bond has frayed, largely due to Cruise's unwavering devotion to Scientology and the church's strict disconnection policies, which can compel members to cut ties with those who leave or criticize the organization. Although Tom Cruise has remained largely silent about the specifics of his relationship with Suri, His limited public appearances with her and the growing distance between them have only fueled speculation. The decision by Suri Cruise to adopt the name Suri Noel at her high school graduation in June, 2024, is a striking development in the ongoing saga of her relationship with her father, Tom Cruise. At her graduation, Suri chose to be referred to as Suri Noel rather than Suri Cruise, a move that seemed to signal a desire to carve out an identity more closely aligned with her mother, Katie Holmes, and less tied to her famous father. The name Noel may carry personal or sentimental significance, but its true weight lies in the message it sends about how Suri views her relationship with her parents, particularly with Tom Cruise. For years, Suri and Katie Holmes have made a life in New York City, far removed from the glare of the Hollywood spotlight that once shone brightly on them due to Tom Cruise's celebrity and his association with Scientology. By publicly distancing herself from her father's name at such a pivotal moment as her high school graduation, Suri has made a powerful statement, one that reflects the independence she has nurtured, and perhaps hints at the reported strain in her relationship with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise's absence from Suri's graduation was unsurprising to those familiar with the family's complicated dynamics. Over the years, Cruise has been notably absent from key moments in his daughter's life, a pattern that aligns with ongoing reports of estrangement. Instead of attending this significant event, Cruise made headlines for attending a Taylor Swift concert at Wembley Stadium alongside NFL star Travis Kelce, further fueling public curiosity about the true nature of his relationship with Suri. Despite these apparent signs of distance, Tom Cruise has consistently denied claims that he has grown apart from his daughter. In a 2013 defamation lawsuit, Cruise vehemently rejected accusations that he had abandoned Suri, asserting that he remained emotionally, physically, and financially involved in her life. He emphasized that they maintained regular contact, often speaking on the phone and keeping up with each other's lives. Yet, even with these assurances, there is persistent speculation about how much contact, if any, exists between them today. The first public indication of Suri's name change surfaced in the casting sheet for her high school play, The Addams Family, a new musical where she was listed as Morticia Addams under the name Suri Noel. This choice was later reaffirmed during her participation in another school production, Head Over Heels, where she again opted to be credited as Suri Noel. By consistently choosing this new name in multiple public and semi-public settings, Suri is clearly signaling a deliberate redefinition of her identity, consciously stepping away from the shadow cast by her birth name, Suri Cruise. While the precise reasons behind Suri's name change remain private, the decision can be seen as part of a broader quest for individuality, a way to assert her own identity away from the intense public scrutiny that has followed her since birth due to her parents' high-profile relationship and subsequent divorce. This decision takes on even greater significance, considering that it was not an isolated act, but one echoed across multiple key moments in her school life. High school plays are often pivotal experiences for teenagers, and by choosing Suri Noel as her name in both The Addams Family and Head Over Heels, she is not just redefining her identity, but doing so in spaces where her peers and teachers bear witness to this transformation. Interestingly, Suri's choice to drop her famous last name is not an isolated case. She is part of a growing trend among celebrity children who are choosing to distance themselves from the names associated with their famous parents. Recently, two of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's children, Zahara and Vivian, have made similar choices, opting to use Jolie as their primary surname and omitting Pitt. Moreover, Shiloh Jolie Pitt, another child of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, went a step further by legally requesting to drop the Pitt portion of her surname upon turning 18. She now goes by Shiloh Nouvelle Jolie, taking a more formal and legal approach to redefining her identity. This trend suggests that these children of celebrities are consciously asserting their autonomy, choosing names that reflect their own identities rather than conforming to public expectations. Suri's boyfriend. Suri Cruise's prom night was more than just a high school milestone. It was a rare and intimate glimpse into the life of a young woman who has largely grown up away from the relentless public eye, thanks to her mother, Katie Holmes. The prom was held at the Ascent Lounge in Midtown Manhattan, a sophisticated venue known for its sleek ambiance and stunning views of the city's skyline. Suri attended the event with fellow senior Toby Cohen, and together, they shared a night that was as meaningful as it was memorable. Throughout the evening, Suri and Toby were inseparable, their connection evident as they celebrated the end of their high school journey alongside friends. The couple was seen holding each other close, radiating happiness and affection. Toby, who accompanied Suri to the prom, has a deep love for music, a passion he frequently showcases on his social media accounts. Though his profiles are set to private, his talent has still caught the attention of many, especially on platforms like TikTok and YouTube, where he shares covers of popular songs. Toby's musical talents go beyond the screen. Earlier this year, he captivated an audience at his high school recital, where he performed a soulful piano piece while singing, a performance that highlighted his artistic potential. This fall, Toby is set to attend Berklee College of Music in Boston, a prestigious institution renowned for shaping the careers of some of the world's most talented musicians. His acceptance into Berklee marks the beginning of what could be a promising future in the music industry. Meanwhile, Suri Cruz's college plans became a hot topic of conversation when a TikTok video briefly circulated, showing high school seniors proudly displaying their college choices. In the video, Suri was seen wearing a red Carnegie Mellon University sweatshirt, sparking widespread speculation that she might be heading to the esteemed university in Pittsburgh this fall. Although the video was quickly taken down, it fueled rumors about Suri's potential academic path. Carnegie Mellon University is highly regarded for its rigorous academic programs, especially in the arts and technology. If Suri is indeed enrolling at CMU, it suggests a serious commitment to her education and possibly a desire to pursue a career in the arts, an interest that seems to run in the family. CMU's School of Drama, in particular, is one of the best in the nation, producing countless successful actors, directors, and writers. Given Suri's upbringing surrounded by the arts, it would not be surprising if she chose to follow a creative path. Following their prom night, Suri and Toby were spotted taking a leisurely walk through Central Park, where they shared a tender kiss, clearly enjoying each other's company. The couple appeared relaxed and at ease, dressed casually for the occasion, Toby in joggers and a Guns N' Roses t-shirt, and Suri in running shorts and a gray MIT t-shirt, a reflection of her youthful and down-to-earth style. This sighting in Central Park captured the natural and carefree nature of their relationship, showing a side of Suri that is both relatable and endearing. As Suri has grown older, comparisons between her and her mother have become more frequent, particularly regarding her fashion sense. Dubbed a mini fashionista by the media during her childhood, Suri was often seen in trendy outfits that reflected the latest styles, creating a unique fascination with her as a young celebrity. However, over time, Katie Holmes has made a conscious effort to shield Suri from the intense spotlight, allowing her to experience a more ordinary life. Unlike her famous parents, who have long established careers in the entertainment industry, Suri has not actively pursued a career in acting. While her name has been associated with projects like Alone Together, Rare Objects, and The Insider, her involvement has been minimal, primarily behind the scenes rather than in front of the camera. Suri's connection to Alone Together and Rare Objects is mainly through her mother, Katie Holmes, who directed and starred in these films. In Alone Together, Suri performed a musical piece that played during the opening credits, showcasing her vocal abilities. Similarly, in Rare Objects, Suri contributed another song, indicating her interest in music rather than acting. These contributions highlight that while Suri is involved in artistic endeavors, she has yet to show any significant interest in pursuing a professional acting career. Suri's connection to The Insider is more distant, as she was just a toddler at the time of its release. This mention likely stems from her association with her father, Tom Cruise, who has been a prominent figure in the industry for decades. Despite this, Suri herself has not taken on any acting roles in the film. From the start, Katie Holmes has prioritized providing Suri with a grounded upbringing, ensuring that she experiences the joys of a normal childhood, free from the pressures of her parents' fame. Katie Holmes has consistently focused on giving Suri a normal life, one filled with the typical activities of childhood, going to school, spending time with friends, and exploring hobbies, while keeping her away from the relentless gaze of the media. In interviews, Holmes has emphasized her desire for privacy for her daughter, allowing Suri the freedom to make her own decisions about whether to step into the limelight. As Suri continues to grow and move toward adulthood, the question remains whether she will follow in her parents' footsteps and pursue a career in the arts or choose an entirely different path. Whatever her future holds, Suri's upbringing has been marked by a strong sense of independence, a commitment to authenticity, and a desire to live life on her own terms, away from the intense scrutiny that once defined her early years. But Suri isn't the only celebrity child forging their own path. The world of fame is filled with stories of reinvention and revelation, and just like Suri, even the biggest stars have secrets they eventually confront. Speaking of which, don't miss our next video, where we dive into the surprising confession made by another Hollywood icon. At Serait-ce, Brad Pitt finally admits what we all suspected. Click on the link and prepare to uncover the truth behind one of Hollywood's most enduring figures.